Hey everybody, it's Glenn, back in this video with a review of the Masters of the Universe Classics Clawful figure. Clawful here is the result of a haul of Masters of the Universe Classics figures I got as part of Matty Collector's Black Friday sale. Unfortunately, Clawful was a figure that I missed out on in the monthly sale when it went on sale a few months back on Matty Collector, so it pays to be patient sometimes. I could have, having missed out on him, paid an inflated price from scalpers on eBay, but instead I decided to be patient and weather the scalping storm, and fortunately he was part of the Black Friday sale, which ultimately meant I got him at a discounted price, which is cool and always appreciated. So there's a closer look at Clawful in the package. I have to say I'm not super impressed with the figure. Maybe that will change once I've got him out of package, but before I do that, I'll just flip over to the card back where you'll see a whole host of other Master of the Universe classics, and of course the obligatory bio, which if you're partial to reading those, pause now and read at your own leisure. So let's open Clawful up. So having got Clawful out of the package, I have to say, I hate to sound negative, but I'm even more underwhelmed by him than I expected to be. Firstly, my figure has a really big chip on the shoulder joint. I'm not sure if you can see it in there. At first I just thought it was a chip to the paintwork, but having taken a further look at it, and it looks like it's damaged. I kind of chipped away into the plastic, so that's a pain. It might show up less on the video than it does in life, but looking at the figure, my eye, knowing it's there, just jumps straight to it. But beyond that, I'm just really not a fan of the head sculpt either. I adore the Four Horsemen. I think they do an amazing job. But I feel sometimes with the Masters of the Universe Classics, I feel like the brief is a bit restrictive on them, and they're not as free to interpret concepts as much as they would be otherwise, and that their hands are tied to adhere sometimes too much to the vintage figures. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the vintage figures, but they themselves are far from perfect, so I think in character design can be improved upon. And to me, this head sculpt just does not look modern at all. It's definitely the weakest head sculpt of any of the Masters of the Universe classics I've seen, not helped by these huge black eyebrows, which why a crabman would have furry black eyebrows, I have no idea. But yeah, not a fan of the head sculpt, and to me it doesn't even really blend in with the rest of the figure, not helped by the fact that his chest armor here actually has a lot of coloration to it. There's kind of graded colour in it. It's very tonal, yet the head is just so flat in comparison. Same with his back armour, it's just a lot of graded colour in there with different tones of kind of rusty red, which only accentuates how flat the redness of the head is. But beyond the head, he's quite a good figure. I've got no complaints. Both his claws articulate 360 degrees around. And of course, like with the vintage toy, his oversized claw is sprung. So going over the articulation on Clawful, his head rotates 360 degrees. Ball jointed shoulder, upper arm articulation 360 degrees, has a single jointed elbow. Both hands rotate 360 degrees, as I said. Articulation at the waist, has a ball jointed hip. Upper leg articulation, single jointed knee. Plus there is articulation at the top of his boot there, rotates 360 degrees. His feet move front and back, and there is also a slight bit of pivot to the ankles. Accessories included with the figure are his kind of battle club or staff, whatever you would want to call that, which being the shade of green it is very complementary colour to the red in the figure, and follows very much the design of the vintage accessory, so that we can put that in his claw. And then he also comes with this shield. Now I do really like this shield, and it's very Four Horsemen-esque accessory to add in. It's cool. It looks like the shell of some giant mollusk that is now since deceased, and that has a clip on the reverse so it attaches to the arm. So that's a nice bonus, the shield to have with the figure. But really, instead of the shield, I would have much preferred to have an alternative head. And that alternative head, in my mind, should really follow the relaunched He-Man cartoon from Cartoon Network from, well, quite a few years back now. Similar to how they did with Whiplash, because in my mind, this head is distinct enough from the relaunched animated series head to justify having two heads. I know for whatever reason Matty seemed quite adverse to doing that these days, but I think with Clawful here he would have really benefited from that. And I have seen a customizer selling heads to replace this Clawful head with, based on the Four Horsemen mini statue, which we can compare here. Let me just bring the camera in closer. An alternative head in this style, I think, would have been amazing. Let's just turn both of them slightly. I mean, I may end up taking a mould of this head and creating an alternate head so I can lose this one. I mean, it's unfortunate that these mini statues aren't articulated. If these were articulated action figures, they would probably be some of the best action figures you could buy, because the sculpting on them is just incredible. And side by side only really shames the classics Clawful even more. Anyway, let me know what you think of Clawful. If you have him, please feel free to express your opinion in the comments below. And don't forget to rate and subscribe. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.